Every Wednesday, the lovely Lucy Greer comes in from Greer's Market and Catering. Always makes something. What I love about your cooking, you always make something. Of course, it's good, but it's also easy.
Oh, yeah.
And today you're making a Cajun chicken pasta. And again, it's easy. You don't need too many ingredients, and I know it's going to be tasty.
Yeah, this is a good one. I thought this is a crowd pleaser. I have some friends coming in from out of town. My best friend from college and her family are coming through, and I thought, what can I make that doesn't take a lot of time that can feed a crew? So we're going to put together this pasta, and most people like pasta and chicken, so you can kind of, please a lot of people.
Yeah. So where do we start?
We are going to start sauteing our vegetables. I have 1 red onion, 1 red bell pepper, an orange, and a green all chopped up.
Pretty, gives it some color.
Yes, some color. I'm going to put this in. I have 1 tablespoon of olive oil in this saute pan. And we are just going to soften these up, and it's going to take about 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll just let those go, and then we're going to add a few more vegetables after that. But in the meantime, we'll get started on our cream sauce.
Okay.
And this one is actually kind of special. It doesn't require heavy cream or butter, so a little bit lighter. We're having pasta and it's a creamy sauce, but it doesn't always have to be super heavy.
Yeah.
So I have 3 tablespoons of olive oil in there. And I'm going to add...
Do I need to stir this a little bit?
Yeah, that'd be great. And we're going to add 6 tablespoons of freshly chopped garlic. And this is just going to take about, 10 seconds just to hit that oil. You're going to smell it become very fragrant. And you do not want to burn your garlic. So as you can see, just hit it around with a whisk, and then it's time to add our flour. Okay. We have 6 tablespoons of flour. And we are, of course, making a roux right now, which is just fat and flour. Of course, you can use butter. In this case, we're using olive oil. So we're just going to spin that around in there. And you want to keep it moving because you don't want your garlic to burn. You also don't want your flour to burn.
And garlic burns so fast. If you've ever cooked with garlic, I mean like that.
I know, it does. And you turn your back for 1 second and oops, you got to start over. So don't turn your back on this one. No. And the liquid that we're going to use in this, I mentioned we're not going to use cream. We're going to use some chicken broth. That's going to give a lot of flavor. And we're just going to use some milk. I'm just using whole milk today, but if you had 2% for your coffee, or if you had half and half for your coffee, of course you can use that too. Okay. So this has been going for just a minute, and now we're just going to slowly whisk in our chicken broth, and it's going to start coming together.
Okay, we'll let that start coming together. I'm going to stir the vegetables here.
All right.
Just, I'm not a chef, but I say the cook in me, just once I start smelling like it may start browning a little too much, I have to stir it. So I'm going to take care of this for you while Lucy does that because she can't leave it. In the meantime, you can get this recipe on our website, fox10tv.com, on our Studio 10 page, and you can make this tonight for dinner, quick, easy, and tasty. Stirring some vegetables over here. Lucy Greer from Greer's Market and Catering making a roux because we are making a chicken pasta, not just any chicken pasta, a Cajun chicken pasta. It's quick and easy, and I know it's going to taste good because these vegetables smell so good.
Yes, already Cherish is stirring some sauteed vegetables. We have 1 red onion, 1 red bell pepper, a green bell pepper, and an orange bell pepper, all chopped up, and that's in a tablespoon of olive oil. So we're just getting that soft. And also I have our cream sauce started. This was our 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 6 tablespoons of flour, and also some fresh garlic. And then I whisked in 2 cups of chicken broth. And as you can see, it's starting to get thick, and so it is time to add our milk. But first, we'll just add the rest of your vegetables to yours.
I don't know if you guys could just hear my stomach growling. This smells so good.
Good. That is 8 ounces of baby bella mushrooms that I just sliced up. This is 1 jalapeno, finely diced.
Getting some spice in our lives.
Yes. And now I'm going to add a teaspoon of Creole seasoning. You can use whichever brand is your favorite, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
Right.
So that will get it going. And now we will add our 2 cups of milk to our sauce here. We're bringing it up to a simmer.
There's a lot going on in this pasta.
There is, and even though it's Cajun, it's not too spicy. That jalapeno is going to give it some flavor, but not too much heat. I took the seeds out and the ribs, which is the white part on the inside of the pepper, where a lot of the heat lives. So I took that out, but of course, if you like things spicy, you could leave it in or even add another one. and then that Cajun seasoning is just going to give us a lot of flavor too without a ton of heat. So I put our milk in, we're still stirring, and I'll just turn the heat up a touch.
So the roux, you know, you can't leave that, but the vegetables, you can let them simmer just a little bit when you go stir your roux, so you don't have to have an octopus in the kitchen.
Yes, that's exactly right. And what's kind of great about this dish is you have 2 pots on the stove, and you can watch them right there, so you're not kind of running back and forth and doing different things. And I've already cooked our pasta. This is just going to call for 1 pound of pasta. I just used cavatappi, which is kind of a fun shape. It's my favorite shape. It's a little corkscrew. And I also cooked 3 chicken breasts. I just sprinkled those with the same Cajun seasoning as we're using in the rest of the dish. And you can grill that, you can cook it in the oven, you can poach it if you want to, whatever way, just cook chicken.
And you can get all of these ingredients at Greer's Market.
Yes.
Catering basically any of your locations, and I don't even want to go over all of them because there are so many and we would take up the rest of the show. And what I love about Greer's, it's family owned and operated, and you guys are just flourishing. That's fabulous.
Thank you, thank you. We just celebrated our 98th anniversary a couple weeks ago. And
love that.
Yeah, so we're very, very blessed to have all of our customers support us for this many years. We're very lucky.
You give us good food, good prices, and that's what we want. And you coming on the show and giving us these great recipes that we can make at home for our families when we're after a day. You had a long day at work, you go home, you really don't feel like cooking, but if you can do something that's good and it's quick and easy, then maybe you can change your mind a little bit. So this recipe is on our Studio 10 webpage on fox10tv.com. Is there anything else that we need to do immediately?
You know what, this is almost to a simmer, so we'll let this come up to simmer and then we'll finish our sauce next, and we're almost ready to put it all together.
All right, can't wait to taste this.
We're back in the kitchen this morning making Cajun chicken pasta. Lucy has been working the last couple of cooking segments. Now, to catch everybody up, what have you done just really quickly?
We have sauteed our vegetables. That was bell peppers, onions, mushrooms, and a jalapeno in there. So we softened that up in a little bit of olive oil. We also have made our sauce. We didn't use heavy cream or butter. We just had some olive oil, garlic, flour, and then we tightened it up with some milk and chicken broth, and now that it's been simmering, we're going to add our cheese.
Now, Lucy, is this kind of a lighter pasta dish for the summer? Is it lighter, or is it a heavier dish maybe for dinner?
It's probably better for dinner. As far as calorie-wise, there are a little bit fewer calories just because we've omitted the butter and the cream, but you still get that creamy, goodness. Because I love a creamy sauce, but if you're trying to, watch your calories a little bit, but you still want to indulge in a little bit of a
little bit of pasta
dish.
You can't completely get rid of pasta. It's almost impossible.
It is, and it's so good. But this is probably better for dinner, and I mentioned earlier that it's great to feed a crowd, friends coming in or trying to feed a group of people and you don't know what to do. Kind of putting it all in one dish makes it a little bit easier.
Speaking of, Lucy, you have been cooking for so long. Do you get requests from your friends and family to cook for them quite often? Because I would imagine you would.
Yeah, we really do. I love to cook for my family and my friends, and they always say, "What's your favorite thing to cook?" I'm like, I don't care. I'll cook whatever you want me to cook.
Right.
So it's fun, and it's just great to be around the table with people.
That's right.
Okay, so now that we put our cheese in, that has melted.
Okay, yeah, it melted pretty fast.
Yeah, it was fast. We used Parmesan cheese, and we cooked a pound of pasta.
Okay.
So,
and can any pasta work with this? You just chose this particular one?
I chose this one. I like to use short grain pasta, penne or something like that, just because it's easier for a crowd to eat.
Yeah.
Of course, this would be great with fettuccine or linguine or anything like that too, but as far as ease of eating, this is great.
Look at all those vegetables in there.
Yeah, so this is going to go in, and then I cooked 3 chicken breasts. I used some of the same Creole seasoning that we used in our vegetables and in our sauce, and I just cooked that off. You can grill it any way you want to cook it, or if you're in a big hurry and you wanted to grab a rotisserie chicken, any of our Greer stores that have a deli, we have 15 delis across our 31 stores that have rotisserie chickens. And
every day?
Yep, every day. So if you're in a hurry, just stop by and grab one of those. And here goes our chicken. And this is ready to eat. It doesn't require going in the oven or baking any further. So
you're right. It does feed a crowd. I'm pretty sure you could almost feed many of us here at Box 10 with just this pot right here.
This is great. Just super fast coming together and a real crowd pleaser.
As far as Greer's is concerned, give us an update. Of course, we're still celebrating the big anniversary.
Yes. We had our 98th anniversary a couple weeks ago, and also a couple weeks ago, our Greer's Cash Saver on Spring Hill Avenue at 5 Points is back open after the fire, and we're just getting through the summer. We've had a great summer and excited for tailgating season coming up.
That's
and
right.
Football to start.
And
we're huge football fans.
And speaking of, they can check your website, the Greer's website, for specials every week. Speaking of tailgating and maybe having people over at their house.
Yes, definitely. Greers.com has all of our locations, our ads, and recipes, of course, everything that is cooked on the show. So
perfect. Well, hey, I tell you what, I'm looking forward to some of those tailgating recipes. I know you have them. I know you have them.
I do.
All right, well, check out this pasta recipe. You're looking for something easy to cook for dinner tonight. The perfect dish for that. Lucy, as always, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.